This is Dee with DJ Designs, and today I want to show you what I've been working on, engraved earrings. I had time to really study in depth how to engrave the settings, and I think I got it down packed. Okay, this is going to be the first of 3 series I'm going to do because there's other trends and ideas I did come up with. Look at this. Looks like metal. Easy peasy. And the second one, I've already started working. I'm going to be doing engraved denim. Look at that. Engraved denim. Okay, make sure you subscribe so you can be notified of the future tutorials, and stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, we're going to do the engraved ones, the earrings that had that aqua blue. I like this color. I got this from Hobby Lobby, of course. It's called Island Blue. Island Blue. It's Anita's acrylic paint. I'm pretty sure I got this from Hobby Lobby. And the first pair of earrings, the one that's solid, like this one, I did a complete, well, let me show you this one first. This is the one that I did the distress look with, and I'm using a dry brush. As you can see, it's not fully painted. It's the look that I was trying to achieve, okay? So it's like a dry brush paint, and you can use any color you want. I really like the way this one came out, okay? All right, and the other one, this has the solid paint. So we're gonna do this area here in the solid blue. Might have to use a different brush for this. This is my dry brush. Okay, so we'll do an area that's solid. And I think I'll do 2 coats of paint with this. We're gonna also spray varnish, and it gives it a nice sheen. The varnish I use is a satin finish. It's polyacrylic, and I'll show you that, but this one is sprayed. As you can see, it doesn't have that shine. It has like a natural finish to it, and I like that much better than that shiny. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let that dry and add another coat, and then we'll cut it. Okay, before we cut this, we're gonna put masking tape, and also we're gonna put a layer of the polyacrylic clear top coat. Okay, it's fast drying, and I'll spray this on. And just a light coat, just for a top coat. And let that dry. And then we're gonna mask this, and then we'll be ready for cutting. Okay, it's dry, and now we're gonna put the mask. You can use any painter's tape for this. I prefer blue because it works better with my diode laser. And basically, all you're gonna do, I put a layer of that varnish on. It really does help when you're removing the tape, okay? And I'm just basically gonna cover the area that I'm going to laser on, and just, you know, just do strips, and I will just finish this off camera. I'm sure you got the gist of what to do. Okay, I got my masking tape over the painted area that I'm going to be cutting. And I'm just adhering this to the wood so that it makes sure that it's a good seal, okay? All right, now we're ready for cutting. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, nice. Like that. Wow. All right, well, let's get to the next step. Okay, this is the fun part. We're going to carefully lift off that masking tape, and see how easy it comes off because we did spray it with that clear varnish. and it comes off easily. Look at that. Ooh, that is the fun part. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna pull the rest off of camera for the sake of time. And the same thing, we're gonna do the same thing with this one. See how nice that comes off? Look at that. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest and I'll be back when I get this all off so we can do the next step. Okay, I got all the tape off. Look how, oh, that came out, so it came out better than the first one. And this is the second one with the distressed look, okay? All right, so the next step is going to be painting the sides and the back, okay? So basically, you paint the sides as I'm doing, and you can hold it in the middle, and this way here you can get it all the way around without messing up the edges. So, like that. And I probably will be doing 2 coats of this, okay? I'll do 2 coats and then I'll be right back when I get the sides and the back painted. Okay, we got the sides and the back painted. And now we're on the last step, and that is using the varnish to seal the paint and give it a nice finish. Just lightly spray the varnish like that. I would put about 2 coats. When that dries, oh, also I'm using the polyacrylic crystal clear top coat. And when that dries, I will do the back, and then we will be ready for the tabs. Okay, this is the final step of these earrings, the engraved earrings. And as you can see, it did come out really nicely. It didn't have a shiny look. It had more like a natural finish to it. So, and that's what I was going for. Really like the way this looked. I really like the way the second pair came out better than the first. Also, a tip I did learn when you're engraving your earrings, make sure you're engraving against the grain and not with the grain. I didn't know that before, and I looked at the YouTube video and I said, And I did experiment doing a sample with the grain and without the grain, and it does make a difference. It engraves darker. So I've already done my homework with that, and it does engrave darker. Okay, all right, so basically all I'm doing is using a coordinating color to go with my theme of the wood. I'm using an antique finish, and hopefully you can see that, but look at that. Wow, I'm very pleased with that. And you can use any color. The wood that I use is 3mm basswood. Because it's being painted, the 3mm basswood is good. You can use other wood, but I wouldn't go through the expense. Okay. All right, we're gonna do the damask one. And the same thing. I'm just gonna put my tab on. And I'm using, well, like I said, I'm using the antique finish. It's not often I get to use the antique finish. I usually use gold or silver, but this will be a perfect time to use this color. Okay, my hole looked like it didn't go through good enough. Should have poked it first, but anyway, there it is. Okay, and I'll probably add that hook after I get it closed. I want to make sure it's closed tight before I do that. Okay. All right, then I'll add the other hook to go with this. Let me open this slightly. slip that on. Sometimes I can do it quick and sometimes I can't. Oh boy, anyway. It's because I'm rushing, because I want to show y'all so much. I do want to get to that denim, engraved denim. I did an experiment and boy, oh boy, it looked really good. Okay. All right, that's the second pair on the damask pattern. And these designs are going to be available. There's a link that's going to be in the description in case you're interested. And look at that. I really like the way that looks. Okay, we're going to start on the engraved mandala. And this is a quick one, so I'll show you how to get this one finished as well. Okay, we're going to first cut. Looking good. Like that, wow. Okay, continuing on, I'm going to show you how to color these, the leather for leather tabs. I never knew this, I experimented with it, and I want to tell you, I'm so pleased. It doesn't come off. The color is perfect. Now I'm inspired to go get other colors, you know, so I can have different color tabs. And basically, all you do is I'm using Shortcuts gloss paint and the chrome colors that I'm using for the silver. And I'm just lightly spraying. Voila, look at that. You don't even need 2 coats, okay? All right, moving on, we're gonna do the gold paint because I have a lot that I wanna do with gold. I'm gonna paint this one with gold. And by the way, I did get this leather from Hobby Lobby. They have scrap leather in a bag. I can't remember how much I paid, but it was very minimal, probably $12 to $15. And it was a bag of scrap fabrics, maybe this size or larger. And my intention was to make earrings, but I just had it in my stash, and I said, oh no, I need to do something with it. So, okay, finishing up, and I'm doing the gold. Look at that. Look at that. Done. It doesn't come off. It's perfect. Perfect. Okay, moving on. We're going to do the mandala earring with the mandala engravement. And basically, all I did with this one, the gold, is just spray the gold paint. And look at that. Okay. All right, we're going to let that one dry. And I experimented with the paint as well, so I don't know which one I like better, but I have more options with the paint because it's unlimited as opposed to the spray paint, you have limited colors. But this is rose gold, treasure gold paint, and all I did with this one is I used I guess a medium brush and just get in the grooves. Make sure you get in the grooves, first, okay? And just make sure you get in those grooves where the engraved part is. And make sure you don't leave clumps of it because it'll take away from the look of the engraving. So I'm gonna probably go in and wipe that excess so that there won't be clumps of paint in the grooves. Okay. I don't know if I should have sprayed a coat of varnish. I don't see why I would have, but let's see. I can't remember if I did that with the other one. So, but basically you get the gist. Just paint the earrings, make sure you get in the grooves, and I'll finish this up and I'll be right back. Okay, what I did to get some of that excess paint out of the grooves, and it seemed to be working, is I'm using the end of a stick, a skewer stick, I guess you call this, and it seems to help. And you'll see what I mean when you get ready to put that epoxy coat on. You don't want to have too much clumps of paint in the groove area. Okay, it's not too much in this one, but you know, I'm just a perfectionist, so okay. All right, I'll probably do 2 coats, but I want that to dry before I do 2 coats. And this one as well, you're going to be painting the sides, and also the back is going to be painted with the same paint. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this part, and then I will be back once the backs are painted to show you the next step. And I just want to show you this right quick. I haven't experimented painting with this treasure gold on the leather, but it looks like it works too. Look at that. I can have a matching tab to match my rose gold earring. Wow. All right. Okay, the final step in preparing this earring before we put the hardware is putting a sealer. Well, I call it a sealer, but it's a coat of UV resin. I'm doing this, I haven't tried the 2-part resin, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna use the 2-part resin. And basically, I think you get more for your money when you use the 2-part resin. So I'm pouring it on, and I want it a good coat on it. I just don't want it brushed and you know, just brush without having a thicker coat on it. So I'm just pouring this one on, and I'm using the back of a skewer. You can do the front or the back. I have both. But just to push that down and to the edge. I'm gonna see if it works better with the point. Yeah, I think it works better with the point because you can maneuver it a little better. And just make sure you have enough. Yeah, I think this method, using a UV resin, you use a lot of this, and with the 2-part resin, you get more for your money. So I'm just pulling it, and then I'm spreading it out with a skewer. And see how that engraved part is getting a little darker? And that was an accident. I discovered that. I said, ooh. So that's why I did want to use a sealer, like with the polycoat, because I did want the UV resin to get in the grooves. Look at that. Okay. And just basically put a good coat on it. Make sure you got that groove area. And I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna start on the second one. Okay, I got my UV resin on, and by the way, I'm using a UV resin, by Let's Resin. And as you can see already, I can see how the engraved is really being enhanced with this UV resin. Okay, I'm going to let this dry in my UV lamp, and I'll be right back for the last part. We're going to put the tabs in the earring hardware on. Okay, my coating of UV resin is dry. Really like the way this came out. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks just great. Okay, and I decided to color the tab because I wanted the matching one instead of using the silver one that I had on there. I said, oh, since I can match it, I'll do a custom match. And I made them, I painted the rose gold leather, and it matches the earring. How about that? All right, so I'm going to put the first hardware on, and look at that. I think that looks so much better. Really, really, really like that. Okay, so we got the first pair done. Nice. Okay, and I have the gold. I'm going to do gold, and I'm going to stay with the theme with the gold and use gold hardware. This is so much fun trying to decide which colors. I really like the idea that I could paint the tabs whatever color to match the earring with the acrylic paint. So far I've used the Treasure Gold brand to paint the tabs, and haven't experimented with the others, but so far I'm really liking this. I tried rubbing it off, it doesn't come off, so I think it is going to really work out. So all right, so I'm putting the hardware on the last one, and there's going to be a series. I think I'm going to do 3 different series because I have discovered how to engrave on denim, and oh my goodness, it comes out really nice. So it'll probably be about 2 more series with this Engrave project. Look at that. Wow, I really like that. Looks really nice. I surprised myself. Okay, this will conclude my tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe. It does help my channel. And this is how they all came out, and I will put a final picture at the end so you can see it on my model. I do appreciate that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.